Warning: if you attempt this, I will not be responsible for the damage of your toy. I'm just showing how I fix my buzz. I recommend you watch the whole video first before you try it, just in case you change your mind. Hello, good morning, afternoon, evening. Maverick Yellow Voodoo here, and today we have a special request from our friend Sheriff Uzi. Very fancy name, by the way. Although I showed a video already on what I did to fix Buzz, I think it's much more appropriate if I showed only that specific part for this video, or at least focus on it more. So, without further ado, let's get to fixing. Alright friends, so first thing that we're going to need for this time, or for this video, is a Phillips screwdriver. And you just unscrew this little part right here. And if it feels intimidating, ask assistance from adults. Feel free to fix it yourself if you're allowed to. Now, how the mechanism for this thing works is, you see this little button over here? Okay, let me show you a little bit closer. Not this big button over here, because I think this thing is for the wings. So when you click the red button, there's some sort of mechanism that launches the wings from here. Now this little thing is what the karate chop does. This is for the karate chop. So I'm assuming, Sheriff Uzi, if your karate chop mode for your Buzz does not work, this is the button that we should be focusing on. I'm assuming that either the plastic inside is broken, or there's something in the spring that just doesn't comply anymore. I'm not too sure, but mine, this is what happened. The plastic here, it broke, so we'll just have to unscrew it more and show you further on what it looks like in the inside. And right now, we're going to unscrew these 3 screws, and then after that, you unscrew this 4th screw. Okay, so now I have taken off the screws. Now, remember, the 2 long screws are going to be for the wings. These guys will not be compatible with the shorter ones. Now, when you open this, I want you to be really careful. Make sure you don't damage the chips here, because the chips here are connected to this back part of Buzz. And the negative and positive is what creates the electricity on the lights. Kind of like this. Oops. See? Makes it glow. But if it's on the opposite side, it doesn't light up. So I don't want you to accidentally mess up these things over here. So we gotta treat it safe and gentle when we're removing it. For me, my specific wing on my Buzz, or my wings for my Buzz, it doesn't seem to want to fully come off. So what I like to do is, you lift a little bit. You just have to be careful because you don't want to stress out the plastic. Put this down there. Yeah, you see it fall out, and you turn it around. And once you have that, this little metal piece is what we're going to be dealing with. There's a good chance that this has snapped. So this is what we'll be checking out later in the video. So right now, all we have to worry about is unscrewing. Here, let me get a better view for you. We're going to unscrew this. Oh, can't see it. So we're going to unscrew these 3 things. This one over here, this one over here, and this one on the other side. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, now that I unscrewed these 3, now there's going to be a step here that might be a little scary for some of you. But what we have to do is we might stress the metal part over here a little bit. So this thing is where the spring mechanism is. And to be able to remove this top layer, we must gently lift this up and move it to the side. See? We just have to unpeg these 2 so you'd be able to have access to this. pull it gently. And if you make mistakes along the way, that's okay. This is a very hard thing to do for some people, and maybe for some people it'll be easy as, oh, I don't know, taking out the trash or doing some sort of easy household chore. But for many people, maybe not so much. Alright. Okay, so now when you remove this, you will take off these parts. Because now that we have unscrewed the top cover of this, or this being the top cover, we unscrewed it. Now the lock for this is, you know, it's not being locked in because it's unscrewed. Now, when it comes to removing these things, I want you to be careful with the little bits and mechanism parts of it, because you don't want to lose it once you fix it. Alright, so now that we got that, I want you to lift this up and then try to put it on the side. You don't have to fully take it off, but move it on the side. And forgive me if this is a bit hard to see. I'm only working with the phone camera. Alright. Yeah, so what I did is I just lifted it up, and then there's going to be a little spring. You see that? There's a little spring here. And this is the button that we used to press for his karate chop. As you can see, mine's already snapped, and I just try to make a way to put some sort of metal brace on it so it doesn't have to be glued on. So I'm just going to take that out. Remember, be gentle when it comes to pulling out parts like these, because if you're in your bedroom, if you're just on the floor, there might be a chance where you might lose these things. But yeah. So, here we are. What I'd like for you to see is how it was before it was broken. Okay, let's see if I can show it better. So before, this used to be connected to this. This used to be one piece. One single piece. But when I bought it at a secondhand store, it was snapped. So when I push it, this doesn't push this little metal part. It doesn't push on the backside for Bus for him to do his karate chop. So this little metal thing is the strongest part. But that part over here, this part over here, is what made it break. Now, unfortunately, there isn't an easy way for me to tell you guys that it won't be easy to find a way to make something like this. I'm not sure how you'll be able to, but each and every one of us has something fancy in the house, and the way that you'll be able to fix your Buzz, the way I fix mine, yours will probably be different. Makes it fancy for everyone that way. There you go, that's a better view. Alright, so what I did is I drilled a very little hole over here. I drilled it 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. So after that, I got myself tiny pliers, and I snipped the connection, sanded the inside, and then after that, I inserted this metal thing. Now, I'm not sure where you guys will be able to find a metal thing, but one thing for sure, you guys will find a way to be able to fix it. If not, it's okay, toys don't last forever, but the fact that they still have someone that is so willing to fix them shows that you love it very much. Now, after I put this metal thing in there, I put it with glue, and then I guess I did try to glue this too, but it just snapped on me. So that's what I did. So even if they're separated pieces, I was still able to, well, there you go, make them look like they're as one. So that's what I did. But yeah, this is what I did. This is the important thing that you guys have to do, and I'm not sure how you guys will be able to fix it, but I believe in you guys. I believe in you. You guys are pretty talented, I'm sure of it. And yeah, after that, we're just going to put it back again. but I just wanted to show you how it looks like in the inside. So putting it back is the tricky part, because now that you've untangled all of these things, ooh, now we have to put it back. So just put this all back, put the spring in here. Alright, so first put this inside, and then after that, once you got it in there, you put the spring on next. Alright, now once you got these guys in, now we will have to work with these two. So if you forgot how it looks like, it's supposed to look like this. And then the spring is going to be at the bottom part. So you put this spring over here. You can see that circle over there. You put the spring right there. There you go. And then after that, you put these two. But make sure the little squares are facing up. You don't want it to face down. Little squares face up. And the squares are far apart from each other. That's how you put it back. Alright? Alright, friends, and once you put him back, put his little part back, it should look like this. Remember, square is facing up. Squares are far apart from each other. Okay? And now you remember this little part. I just want a reminder to tell you guys that this little piece goes right here. Okay, but we'll worry about that later. So now we're going to get the screws back. Now get your smallest screw and put it right here. Okay, smallest screw is right here, and the medium screws will be placed right here. Now I want you to put these wings back. Also, another thing I should mention, I seem to have lost one of the screws, but when it comes to repairs, sometimes things like that happen, and it does make you feel upset, but that's alright. You know, if you feel upset if you mess up with something, I say just grab a snack, or punch some dough, punch some clay, and get right back to work. Now when we put these back, just do it carefully. Careful. Yeah. Ooh. Oh. Ooh, goodness, I have to solder this thing again because it got snapped off, but that's okay. Anyways, I got it back. And now we just have to twist it a little bit. And then after, remember when I mentioned this part? You just insert it right here. That does the spring. And then when you turn it back around, make sure the little metal thing for his karate chop, it sticks out. While at the same time, you want the spring, or not the spring, but you want the little plastic gray stick to come out of there too. So right now it looks like this. You want this metal to go through here, and you want this plastic part to go through here. Now, I'll be right back, and then I'll show it to you guys. Now, I want to show you a little technique that I learned. So, this part, you put this one, the one without the lines on the side. You put it on the top hole. Put it through like that. And next, what you want to do is hold on to that and rotate it, and while you're lifting it up. Now, at the sides here, you can see how you can angle this thing. Oops, something fell. So you can see how you angle this thing, how you angle this, and then you just make your way until they both are in their proper placement. Alright, and then the last part that we have to do is just screw it. Screw it from the top, and remember, The long screws are going to be for the side, and if yours didn't fall off, the other screw's just right there. Okay. Alright, so now you got it back. So, just like earlier, this rod is here, plastic one is over here. So, the metal one is meant for karate chop. Yeah, and then the wings are for the gray plastic one. Oops. But yeah, this is how it looks like. Now, last thing to do is attach it to Buzz, and I don't think that needs instructions. Well, for this video, I wanted it to be more specific, more detailed, more in-depth descriptions and instructions on what I did for my Buzz to be able to fix him with his karate chop. I didn't want to put too much music, I didn't want to edit it too much, because I want the focus to be on fixing Buzz. But yeah, other than that, thank you for watching, and I'm going to leave a little teaser of what I'm planning to post on March 20th. It's my song called When One Disappears. Have a look. Oh, when one disappears, be on my knees begging please, tell when it's me. Oh, when one disappears.